Namaste, welcome back. Today I will explain decomposition and functional dependencies. This comes under chapter 4. This is called session 20. First, let us see decomposition. It is a process of breaking down in parts or elements. Here you take the thing, divide it into several pieces or elements. That is called decomposition. It replaces a relation with a collection of smaller relations. Later stage I will explain now how we can do the decomposition. You take relation that will be divided into sub-relations, small relations. If you collect all small relations together, it becomes a relation. Next, it breaks the table into multiple tables in databases. In databases, table 1 is there. I will divide into table 1A, table 1B, table 1C. If you collect together table 1A, table 1B, table 1C, that becomes the table 1. It should always be lossless because it confirms that there is information in the original relation can be accurately reconstructed based on the decomposition relations. That means what? Yeah, this should be lossless. Information should not be lost. You have to regain it. Like that, what we can do, you have to do the decomposition. See now, suppose if you decompose the relation, then it may lead to problems like loss of information. You have to concentrate on there is no loss of information. Like that, what you have to do, you have to decompose. If there is no decomposition, 100% there is loss of information. This is about what you know, decomposition. This is about what you know, decomposition. You know that decomposition means what? It is a process of breaking down in parts or elements. You take one apple, break it. Suppose if I collect together, it should be apple only. It should like apple only. Like that, what we can do, we can break the information in decomposition. Next, you will pass on to. There are 3 desirable properties in decomposition. If you want to do the decomposition, you have to concentrate on properties. First one, lossless. Decomposition must be lossless. Means what? Information should not be lost. If you lost the information, it is not proper decomposition. You have to concentrate on all these things. How we can do the decomposition, when you can do the decomposition, where you can do the decomposition. Second one, dependency preservation. That means every dependency must be satisfied by at least one decomposed table. You should satisfy. There must be dependency. Already I told you, table 1 is there. I will break down into table 1A, table 1B, table 1C. Table 1A, there is a dependency for table. Table 1B, there is a dependency for table. Table 1C, there is a dependency for table. Like that, what you have to do? You have to decompose. Third one, minimal or lack of redundancy. You know that redundancy means what? Yeah, duplication of data. The proper decomposition should not be suffer from any data redundancy. They should not be duplicated. Suppose already I explained table 1. There is a table 1A, I decompose table 1B, table 1C. There should not be redundancy, duplication of data. While you are doing decomposition, you have to concentrate on all these properties. There must be a lossless, there must be dependency, preservation, there must be minimal or lack of redundancy. When you follow all these properties, then decomposition will be success. Otherwise, it will not be success. I will give a simple example for decomposition. You are constructing a house. Instead of maintaining a big hall, what we will do? We will create the rooms. Separate room for cook, separate room for washroom, separate room for bedroom, and so on, so on, so on. See, like that what you will do, we will decompose the things in database management system. See, cook room, there is a dependency for hose. Hall, there is a dependency for house. Washroom, there is a dependency for house. Like that, what you have to do? You have to decompose the things, or database, or table, whatever you want. Then that will be success. Next, we'll pass on to goals of decomposition. What are goals? First one, eliminate redundancy by decomposing a relation into several relations in a higher normal form. As much as possible, eliminate the redundancy while doing the decomposition. If there redundancy, your decomposition will not be success. That's why you have to concentrate on eliminate the redundancy. First, you have to concentrate on redundancy. While decomposing the table or database, whatever you want, you have to concentrate on loss of information. You have to concentrate on dependency. You have to concentrate on redundancy. Second, it is important to check that decomposition does not lead to bad design. While doing the decomposition, design should be pakka. It should not be bad design. If it is a bad design, it will not work properly. Your decomposition will be failure. Suppose you take a table, employee department table. First domain is, first column is employee ID, second is employee name, third is age, fourth is city, fifth is salary, Sixth is department ID. Then next is department name. First column is employee ID. Second column is employee name. Third column is age. Fourth column is city. Fifth column is salary. Next is department ID. Next is department name. And row wise, column wise, you can store the information whatever you want. You know that a row is nothing but a tuple, column is nothing but a domain. What I will do, I will decompose this table into subtables. How? In subtable 1, I will take employee ID, first column, second column employee name, third column age, fourth column city, and fifth column salary. Suppose if you want to get the salary about employee, we can use this subtable. Here we will get only the ID, name, age, city, salary. This is one subtable. Another is I will take department ID, employee ID, department name. If you want to get the information about in which department employee is working, we can use this subtable. If I combine these two subtables together, we will get common table, employee ID, employee name, age, city, salary, department ID, department name. Here the common field in both the tables, subtables, ID is there. ID is a common table. Like that, what you have to do? You have to decompose the table into subtables. If you decompose like this now, suppose I want to get the information about salary of employee, just you can go to that subtable. If you want to get the information about where the employee is working, you go to another subtable. I decompose into subtable 1, subtable 2. Subtable 1, salary is there, subtable 2, department name is there. But ID is common, employee ID is there, because it is a key. By making of key, what we can do, you can get the information about the employee. See, now if I convert that into normal table, you combine both, you will get the common table. There we will get all information. Like that, what we have to do? You have to decompose the tables into subtables. See now, this is called what you know, lossless decomposition, because there will not lose any information. Subtable 1 having some fields, subtable 2 having some field. Common is what is employee ID. If you combine together, we will get the main table. Like that, what you have to do? You have to decompose the tables into subtables. If you combine together, we will get the main table. This is what you know, lossless decomposition, because we will not lose anything if you do the decomposition like that. This is about what you know. Goals of decomposition. I will give you another simple example here. Students will join to college for studies. First, what we will do? We will collect the application form, their student name, father name, and address, and other informations. Then they will attend the classes. Finally, they will take the examination. In examination, they will go the unique number, register number. Then subject name is there, and marks obtained, everything is there. If you want to get the information about student, you go to first table. if you want to get the information about the student of result, marks obtained, you go to this table. If you combine together, then uniquely you will get the information about the students. Their address of the information, marks obtained, and so on, register number, everything. Their register number is a common because it is a key. Like that, what you have to do? You have to decompose the tables into subtables. Next, you will pass on to functional dependency. What does it mean? All non-key attributes are fully functionally dependent on key attributes. Here, attributes dependent on key attributes. That means the functional dependency is a relationship that exists between two attributes. Typically, we can say exist between the primary key and non-key attributes within a table. You see that x, y, left of the arrow key is known as a determinant. Here x is a determinant. Rate of the production is known as dependent. Y is dependent on x. X is not dependent on y. Y is dependent on x. This is what meaning of the functional dependency. For example, assume you have an employee table with attributes. Already I given employee table. Employee ID is there, employee name, and so on, so on, so on. Here we can say that employee name is functional dependent on employee ID. Employee ID is the unique and it is a key, primary key. By making a primary key, what we can do? We can access the information of employees. Suppose you know that the Aadhaar number is there. If you give the Aadhaar number, you will get the information of the particular person. Aadhaar number is a key. Register number is a key of the student. Here, employee ID is a determinant. Employee name is a dependent. Employee name dependent on employee ID. That is why employee ID is called a determinant. Name is called dependent. Name is called what dependent. Like that, what we can do? We can do the functional dependency. If you want to do the functional dependency, there is a key. By mix of key, what we can do? We can maintain the functional dependency. That means what? There exist relationship between two attributes. That means that key attribute will not be dependent on non-key attributes, but non-key attributes dependent on key attributes. Simple example, another register number is there, name is there, class is there, marks is there. Here register number is what primary key. This is determinant. Student name is called what dependent, because it is non-key attribute. Class is non-key attribute. Marks is non-key attribute. Like that, what we can do? We can create and maintain the functional dependency. Thank you. See you in the next session.